One of the things I often have to do in Excel is auto-fill in some information based upon an existing pattern. Let me show you some examples of that real quick. Let's say I have a series of months, and I'm just going to type in Jan, Feb, and March using their 3-letter abbreviations. Well, I'm going to select these 3, and sometimes I'll need to have more than one selected. And I'm going to come down here to my 12th row, and notice it automatically fills this all in for me. And this wasn't a formula, this was actual text. Excel was smart enough to be able to figure that out. Now, the reason why I put in a couple values is, for example, once again, I have Jan here. I'm going to click and drag this to my right. And you'll notice that once again, it's smart enough to be able to handle that. Now, in some cases, Excel is. If it's not, then we need to put in, for example, 2 or 3 starting ones and click and drag those. I'm going to hit Control Z just to undo this real quick. Now, part of the reason it understood January as a month was because it had seen other months already in our table. When I put a 1 in and clicked and dragged it down, notice it didn't understand that. And so it simply repeated that value. If I wanted to repeat numbers, I need to have at least 2 of them so it can see the sequence and know how far to spread them out. Now, one little trick is if I have a set number of rows, I can click and drag. But if I have several hundred rows, I might be a hard time having to drag it. I'll go too far or not far enough. But if I double click on my little square, you'll notice it will automatically fill based upon the expected number of rows, based upon existing data. So this only works if we have existing data. But if I have some information, let's say several hundred rows, this becomes real easy. And I can use this information to copy formulas or copy raw data. I can copy data from left to right across different columns or up and down across multiple rows. So this is known as my autofill ability, and it's real simple to use. I can also, if I want, click on my fill option for my right-hand side. It's going to give me some options of looking at. For example, do I want to fill up a column, down a column, left or right, etc. I can also modify a series. And with series, now I can do things like determine, is this linear or is this showing a growth? Is it a date unit, in which case it's going to look for, is it a day, a weekday, months, etc. So there's a lot of different information we can use to help us autofill and start with some information to make it easier to work out a full spreadsheet.